So for this evening, I want to set a few intentions so that we're clear what we are here to do tonight. The first thing we are here to do tonight is to raise hard questions. We realize that the work is not easy. If it was, everybody would be doing it already. So tonight is about raising those critical and necessary questions that can open the door to transformation. So we want to begin to get clear on what justice looks like for differently situated survivors. What do we mean when we say we want accountability from our institutions and our communities? And what kind of changes are we each willing to make in order to ensure that our institutions and our communities are places where sexual assault is the exception and not the norm? Tonight is also about centering survivors and survivors' healing. It's so easy to get derailed from this focus. We understand that healing is not linear and that despite how people talk about it, it's actually a lot of hard work, right? And we are often left with too few tools and resources for finding a way forward. So it is for this reason that we want to make sure that all of you join me in helping make survivors' healing the center of tonight's focus. 3, self-care. We recognize that these discussions can be hard. They are often uncomfortable. And the work is uncomfortable. So we want you to sit with that as long as you can and struggle through, get to the other side. This work may also be triggering for folks. So we've prepared a space for folks to go if you feel triggered by the conversation. If you need to step outside, take care of yourself first and foremost. If you want to know where that space is, ask an usher to take you there. And there are therapists there waiting to talk with you if you feel triggered at any point during the evening. Connections. Tonight is also about making connections. This includes identifying the structural barriers that make it hard for us to respond to survivors' needs in a human way. It is about connecting with each other so that we are better able to support the youth movement building and all of the movement building that folks are trying to do right now. It's also building bridges to those who are doing the work in our communities already. Some of those folks you're going to meet tonight: Tajmika Torek of the Firecracker Foundation. I'm about to introduce her in a minute, so y'all get ready, okay? But there's also folks in the audience: Piwa Langeni from the Salas Center, Tara Scott, 3 Jewels Yoga, Belinda Thurston from Just Be Yoga. That's right. Look around. We need each other to do this work. So before you leave tonight, try to make a connection. The last thing we want to set is, tonight is about honoring and celebrating the beautiful and transformative work that Black women and women of color, as well as queer, trans, and gender nonconforming folks have done to help us cultivate our imagination for a world free of violence and harm. And just so you know what this means showing up every day, okay? Every day to build up our community-based responses, to help us have better language, to address harm in our communities and harm between communities, and to cultivate radical paths for healing for a diverse range of survivors. These are our frontline workers. So in addition to activist warriors like Tarana Burke of the Me Too movement, we also have folks out here like Aisha Shaida Simmons, #LoveWithAccountability. We have Mimi Kim of Creative Interventions. We have Ignacio Rivera of Project Heal. We have Aaron Esposito from the Advocacy Services for Abused Deaf Victims. We have Luz Marquez Benbow of Arc of Rensselaer. Strong Oak Lefebvre from Visioning Bear Circle Intertribal Coalition, Shira Hassan from Just Practice, Dixon from Vision, Change, Win, and Mia Mingus from the Bay Area Transformative Justice Collective, and there are so many more. So if you don't know these names, if you've never heard these names, look these folks up because they are out here doing it for us.